Listen here, you're my slave now, and you will tell the story of this battle for generations.
I am the Greek Xenes, and this is my story. When I was 9 years old, my city-state was destroyed, and I was left in despair. I then met up with my cousin Diomachi to flee to Sparta.
Diomachi, we must go!
Our trip to Sparta was dangerous, but we had to meet with King Leonidas. King Leonidas was pleased to see us and told us that we would make a great addition to the Spartans. After a few years of living in Sparta, we became accustomed to how they lived life.
Rooster! Teach me to fight!
I needed to train with Rooster in order to fight for the Spartans. I trained well, but due to my age, I was not ready to fight in battle with the Spartans. I then met Alexandros, who encouraged me to fight in the Battle of Thermopylae.
Follow me into battle.
But it's forbidden.
We must do it for our Spartan brothers.
We shall. I followed Alexandros into battle, but I didn't know what would come of it. The Persians were a tough army, and their leaders were strong.
I am Xerxes, the god!
Xerxes and his countless men would stop at nothing to get what they desired.
This is where we all fight to the death! All 300 of you! Down!
Leonidas was hopeful, but in the end, death took its toll. My life flashed before my eyes. I never thought it would happen this way.
Shit! Fuck! I'm dead.
I saw the light, but it didn't seem like it was my time to leave Earth. The Greek god Apollo came down and brought me back to life. The reason was unknown, and he fled as soon as he'd done it. As soon as Apollo brought me back to life, Xerxes was right beside me. He enabled me and set out to capture me.
Listen here, you're my slave now, and you will tell the story of this battle for generations.
I am the Greek Xenes, and this is my story.
As Xerxes, I told Xenes to tell the story about the Battle of Thermopylae. The reason behind this was to show how the author wanted to express all the different sides and perspectives. And this one in particular was the honorable one. So in modern day stories, they're told in many different perspectives that aren't always seen by other people.
Being the main character of the story, responsibilities that are given to the character, he's pretty much known as a hero in this novel. The author tries to connect the character Xenes and the reader to show how there is always hope, but hope doesn't always prosper.
My role as Leonidas is the author's attempt to express how there are always amazing leaders that will give their lives for what they believe in. When Leonidas dies with his men, it symbolizes how times were during this era and how bloodshed is a virtue.
So in this novel, there are many different points that touch on different types of themes. First, we have the idea of discipline. A quote from the book says, "Habit will be your champion when you train the mind to think one way and only one way. When you refuse to allow it to think in another, that will produce great strength in battle." So training the mind is just as important as training the body. With discipline, many things are obtainable. That theme is a really big part of this book. Another quote that we have talks about fear, which is a different type of theme that we touch upon. So the quote says, "Fear conquers fear. This is how we Spartans do it, counterposing to fear of death, a greater fear, that of dishonor, of exclusion from the pack. So conquering fear is an everyday battle, but whether you conquered it or not shows your true character and capabilities. Lastly, we have the theme of brotherhood. A quote about brotherhood says, "Because a warrior carries his helmet and breastplate for his own protection, but his shield for the safety of the whole line. If you put your back on the line for your friends and your family, then good things will come of it. Brotherhood increases the likelihood of success in many endeavors, and team jobs can't be completed without mutual respect." Stephen Pressfield does a great job about touching on different themes of this entire book to make it a complete novel.